Hey, what's good? Gil Scott-Heron was an American jazz poet, singer, writer, and all around talented and outspoken artist from none other than Chicago, Illinois. In 1971, Gil Scott-Heron released an album entitled Pieces of a Man. Now, in the 70s, there was still a lot of political activism and people fighting against establishment. And a lot of the music that was coming out at that time was still politically charged. On the Pieces of a Man album was a song entitled Whitey on the Moon. I'm going to be working on some drawings for an animation that I'm working on. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. Gil Scott-Heron, Whitey on the Moon. The title alone is probably going to trigger a bunch of people, but we don't care. If you don't like what they say about you, if you're doing it, you got to stop doing it then. Just stop doing it. If you run in the streets and people say you run in the streets and you don't like what they say about you, stop running the streets. Just as simple. So we're going to take a look at this. To clarify my statement, we're going to be taking a look at Whitey on the Moon. And if you don't like what people are saying about you, stop. Let's go.
We have a poem here. It's called Whitey on the Moon. And it was inspired by some Whiteys on the moon. So I want to give credit where credit is due.
He's giving y'all credit. You can't say that he didn't.
A rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. I can't pay no doctor bills, but Whitey's on the moon. 10 years from now, I'll be paying still while Whitey's on the moon. You know, the man just upped my rent last night, cause Whitey's on the moon. No hot water, no toilets, no lights, but Whitey's on the moon. I wonder why he's upping me, cause Whitey's on the moon? Well, I was already giving him 50 a week, and now Whitey's on the moon. Taxes taking my whole damn check. The junkies make me a nervous wreck. The price of food is going up. And as if all that crap wasn't enough, a rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. Was all that money I made last year for Whitey on the moon? How come I ain't got no money here? Whitey's on the moon. You know, I just about had my fill of Whitey on the moon. I think I'll send these doctor bills, air mail special. To Whitey on the moon.
There you go. Nice and simple. He's giving it to you straight. How is it that we are still struggling? We like to walk around and tell the world how they should live, and we want to preach democracy and freedom and all that stuff. We make freedom look so shitty. We make freedom look like you have to do extraordinary things just to feed your family. We're teaching people that you have to kiss corporate America's ass, or rich white people, or just rich people in general. We have to kiss their ass just to feed our family. We're paying taxes for the betterment of America, but we're spending all of our money on whether it's illegal aliens or bombing Gaza or sending money to Ukraine or we're doing everything in our power to defend our business interests. And we're flipping rockets in the sky, and all these rich people have so much money that they can do all these extraordinary things. But somehow, just somehow, we can't figure out how to feed and the homeless and not just feed them, but like get them a nice stable place. Maybe some social workers Why don't we do that? Why don't we use all of the money that we're flipping rockets, right? Use some of that money to improve America, so then it'll be easier to pitch this bullshit to the rest of the world. We go to the rest of the world and bomb them into submission, telling them that freedom is great. But then look at all the pictures that we're sending all around. There's homeless people. We have sick people. There's a lot happening, and we're not doing our part to make democracy and freedom look attractive. We don't need to bomb people. We need to come home, fix it, education, making sure that kids have food. I'm speaking from personal experience. It sucks to be poor in America, and then we're going around the planet to tell them, come live like us, so you too can struggle, so you too can suckle off the teat that is corporate America. That's why it's important to take a look at everything that all of these folks have been saying this whole time. Nothing has changed. This was in the 70s. This was in the 70s, and we're still singing the same songs. I'm old as shit, and they're still singing the same songs. For the 52 years that I have been tap dancing around this planet, we've been singing the same song. And everyone who comes into office has all these wonderful ideas, but they don't work because they're not invested in the poor people benefiting, or actually getting our population educated and healthy so we can go out there and actually make a change. Why don't we make decisions for our own population to make it attractive to spread democracy? If we lead by example, people will follow. It is not that hard. We don't need to bomb people into democracy. We need to show them that democracy is the shit, and freedom to do and say and come and go, all that stuff is important. We need to push those values instead of nuke buttons. Push good values, not bomb buttons. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with each and every one of your friends. And if you want to come hang out with me, watch videos while I work on creative projects, hit that subscribe button. And then you're going to see the little bell. Set that to all, so every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to coconutjustice.com and get you some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.